A24 has built a reputation for taking big swings and giving actors roles that completely shatter their usual image. Think Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, a raw, unpolished, nerve-wracking performance that redefined how people saw him. Or Jamie Lee Curtis in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where she went from horror scream queen to Oscar-winning IRS villain. Now, this incredible studio is aiming to do the same with one of Hollywood's biggest stars, in the literal and figurative sense, Dwayne Johnson. For the past decade, The Rock has been locked into blockbuster roles where he plays a variation of the same one-dimensional, indestructible, charming hero. But in The Smashing Machine, he is stripped of all that armor. Here, Johnson plays Mark Kerr, a UFC legend battling addiction, pain, and the psychological cost of fame. It's messy, it's vulnerable, and it's nothing like the polished action hero we've come to expect from Dwayne Johnson. Now, to really understand why this movie hits so hard, we have to step into its world, the life of a man whose greatest opponent wasn't another fighter, but himself. The film opens with an interview with Mark Kerr, reflecting on his success as a mixed martial arts fighter. We meet him at his peak and ready for the big fight. As the story progresses, we go back in time to 1999, where Kerr is in heavy competition, splitting his life between brutal MMA bouts and a complicated relationship with his girlfriend, Dawn Staples, played by Emily Blunt. The narrative of the story doesn't follow your typical rise, peak, fall, comeback template. Instead, it plunges us quickly into Kerr's winning streak, then into the fallout with his first major loss, specifically against Igor Vovchinchin. After this loss, everything begins to unravel. Kerr battles physical injuries and then goes down a darker path, addiction, especially to painkillers, mental health issues, and the way fame and fighting takes their toll. Concurrently, we see Kerr's home life with Dawn deteriorating. Their fights, misunderstanding, emotional distance, and personal guilt become a recurring thread. A lot of the film's second half focuses not only on big fight scenes or flashy wins, but on how Kerr tries to piece his life back together. He goes through rehab, struggles with sobriety and regret, and tries to reconcile with Dawn, and wrestling internally with what it means to be the champion and what it costs him. One of the key arcs of the film is identity. Mark Kerr is known as the Smashing Machine because of his capacity to destroy opponents. But the movie probes what's left of Mark, the man, when the fighting stops. What does humanity look like? What does vulnerability look like? How do you fight your demons when they don't get up after the fight ends? There are also subplots in the movie. Kerr's friendship and rivalry with other fighters, including Mark Coleman. His struggle with injury and pain, not just physical but emotional and psychological. The toll on those close to him. Dawn's perspective, her frustration, her exhaustion from supporting someone who's both brilliant and damaged. By the end, the film doesn't necessarily show a neat victory in terms of championship wins, but more of a personal emergence. Kerr coming to terms with what he's done, who he is, and what healing looks like. The title Smashing Machine becomes a kind of ironic double meaning. The machine that smashes opponents, and the machine that was Kerr's own life, body, mind, relationships, all being smashed up by the pressure inside and outside the ring. For years, Dwayne Johnson was Hollywood's go-to blockbuster star, the dependable action hero. You knew exactly what you were getting. Big muscles, big explosions, and a charming one-liner at the end. But in a recent interview, Johnson admitted that somewhere along the way, it all became about box office. He said that, I was chasing the box office and it became about the numbers. And when you do that, you start to lose sight of the art. He explained how Hollywood has a way of boxing you in, creating a version of you that fits their formula. He became what studios and audiences wanted him to be: safe, familiar, and predictable. But deep down, he had a burning desire to explore the other side of himself, to take on roles that possibly scare him, challenge him, and allow him to rediscover the actor he always wanted to be. And that's where the smashing machine comes in. This movie isn't about saving the world or jumping off skyscrapers. It's about saving himself. It's Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock. He said that he wants to make films for himself now, for his dreams, and not for what the industry expects. And this project marks the beginning of that new chapter. And judging by that 15-minute standing ovation he received, it looks like the world is finally ready to see this new side of Dwayne Johnson. Now, here's where things get interesting. Even though The Smashing Machine earned just about $6 million in its debut, with a production budget of $50 million, reports suggest that it could lose between $10 to $15 million. But that shouldn't be the measure of its success, because this movie was never meant to be a blockbuster. It wasn't designed to break records at the box office. It was designed to break perceptions. For years, Dwayne Johnson was chasing box office numbers, but this time, he chased truth. He chased art. And honestly, the response proves it. The film holds a 71% critic score and 76% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, a solid number that shows that people connected with it. That means something. Audiences saw beyond the money. They saw the side of The Rock we've never seen before. A man stripped of ego, stripped of power, and completely transformed through the pain of his character. And maybe that's the real victory here. The Smashing Machine isn't about being number one at the box office. It's about being number one in authenticity. A24 once again delivered what Hollywood rarely does, a movie that makes you feel before it makes you count. A24 has once again done what it does best, creating a space where actors can deconstruct themselves and rediscover their artistry, just like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems or Brendan Fraser in The Whale. This film lets Dwayne Johnson transcend the Hollywood stereotype and reclaim something more meaningful. And maybe that's what great cinema should do. It shouldn't just entertain us. It should confront us, strip us down, and make us feel something real again. Hit the like button so that more people can discover the story. Subscribe for more deep dives and share this video with someone who's fighting their own battles, just like Dwayne Johnson in The Smashing Machine. Drop your thoughts in the comment below and let me know your thoughts on the film. And lastly, keep chasing stories that matter. Until next time.